Okay, so for question 1, I will be describing the 30, 45, and 60 degree special right triangles and what gives them their order pairs on the unit circle in quadrant 1. So basically, the hypotenuse is the radius, the height gives you the x coordinate, and then the base of the triangle gives you the y coordinate. And then moving on to question 2, just describe how the values cosine, sine, tangent in quadrant 1 are related to 2, 3, and 4 based on their sign, positive or negative. So in quadrant 1, which is the top right quadrant, both of the x and y coordinates would be positive. In quadrant 2, the x coordinate would be negative and the y coordinate would be positive. Quadrant 3, both the x and y would be negative, and then quadrant 4, the x value would be positive, and then the y value would be negative. Moving on to question 3. So explain how you can find the different values of the degrees on the unit circle. So explain how to find 120 degrees. So you'd start at 0 and move 120 degrees counterclockwise, which would be 120 degrees. And then, so for cosine and sine, so the cosine is the x value. In this case, the x value would be negative 1/2. And then, so for part B, explain how to find the cosine of negative 855. So in this case, you would be moving clockwise 855 degrees, which would be around the circle 2 times, and then a little more, which would end up getting you 225 degrees, which is right there on the unit circle. And then from there, you find the cosine of that of 225, which would get you negative square root of 2 over 2. And then to find the tangent of negative 120, what you would do is go 120 degrees clockwise on the unit circle, and then that would get you to 240 degrees. From there, you take the sine of 240 divided by the cosine. In this case, it is negative 1/2 divided by negative square root of 3 over 2, which equals the square root of 3 in the end. And then, so for number 4, we're going to be talking about the radians. So on my unit circle, I have all the radians written down. And so for part A, you would find 5 pi over 4, and then you'd find the sine, or you'd find what degree that is, and then you'd take the sine of the degree, which equals negative square root of 2 over 2. And then for part B, you find the degree of 11 pi over or divided by 6, which is 330 degrees. And then from there, you have to find the tangent of 330 degrees, which you would divide negative 1/2 by square root of 3 over 2. And then that ends up resulting in negative square root of 3 over 3. Then for part C, to find, you have to take the opposite of negative pi over 3, which gets you to the degree of 240 degrees. And then you'd find the sine of that, which would equal negative square root of 3 over 2. Thanks for watching.